Well, I agree with everything that Ellen said. I also think that just from, sort of an objective perspective, sitting back and looking at the relationships that Sookie has had so far, we sort of talked about Sookie and Eric and why the two of them, we believe, are not right for one another.
At this point, anyway. I mean, if they change it and make it better, that's something else. But anyway, keep talking, Anne.
Definitely. Yeah, I also want to say, I'm not ruling out by any means any other of the relationship possibilities that Sookie may have. But just where we stand now is really what we're focusing on.
Right.
I think that right now, Bill and Sookie, clearly their relationship is very fractured. It would be great if the two of them could try to strum up a friendship together and maybe heal that, because it's clear that there's something still there. They both acknowledge there's something still there. Obviously, they both love one another. However, they sort of both screwed each other over. And I feel like coming at it at this point, that's sort of really hard to kind of slap a Band-Aid over that. Right now, they're like oozing blood all over the damn floor. So I feel like that is maybe a process that can start, but I feel like Sookie, before she attaches herself to Bill again in the way that she did in the first season and the second season, she really needs to kind of discover who she is before I feel like she can get involved in that whole crazy ass world.
I'm dropping this in here because I deleted part of my video with Anne, sorry. Basically, what she says about Elsie and Sookie's relationship is she'd like them to be together because she feels like they'd be partners, really, since they're more on one another's level. They've both only lived like 20 plus years versus living 100 or 1,000. So they see the world from more similar eyes than any of Sookie's past relationships. Right. And then Anne and I moved on to talking about how in the third season we both really hated Bill and thought he was just a pain, a chore to watch. All of his whining and his continual shitty things that he did to various characters, not only Sookie. But that was annoying. Nobody liked watching that, I assume. And in first and second season, we were kind of indifferent to him. But in fourth season, both Anne and I now really love Bill because he's very well-rounded now. He has so much more going on than he ever has before, and we both really like that, and both of us hope that the same can be done for Sookie. Bill is no longer just about Sookie.
And I feel like the political agenda that they've sort of flirted with, that Bill has that side to his personality. Now we got to see it in full force. It sort of exploded all over the screen.
Yeah, and I mean, that has been something about him since first season, was something like that we thought, but now actually turned out to be true, that he actually wants humans and vampires to coexist.
Exactly.
That's what he wants. He wants
That's his lot in life, his mission.
That's his lot in life. That's his mission. That's something he wants for himself, for vampires, for humans. He wants that.
Yes.
And that's something that has nothing to do with Sookie.
Right, yeah. And it's really fantastic to see him on his own. And I mean, even though it's kind of sad not having Stefan and Anna in scenes together as much anymore, but still seeing him to be able to do his thing and to be the leader of his own right, I should say. He's a leader in his own right. He's stepped up to the plate. Whenever a situation comes up, he deals with it. He did try to bargain with the witches. He tried to be, clearly his compassion has come through. But at the end of the day, he's not afraid to make the big decisions and blow the house down if that's what it takes to win the war.
Yeah.
And so I really respect that in him and in his character. I think he was amazing this season.
Yeah. And I think, you know, people might criticize him for saying, oh, yeah, Tara was in the house, so if she dies, so what? I can't criticize him too much for that, because I have respect for his character, because I think people forget the last thing that he was a soldier.
In life.
In life. That was the last thing he did. That was the last thing he was. Where, you know, soldier or war pragmatism is, it's okay to kill the people on the other side because they disagree with you. So you can kill them.
Exactly.
And that's okay. And that's, you know, obviously just what we saw. And, you know, he was doing it, you know, blowing the house down for the sake to protect his kind, his own. And one thing that I think probably played into it more, but they really didn't give it that much context, is that Jessica almost died.
Right.
Because of Marnie.
Yes.
So that was probably like the last straw
Huge
internally.
emotional button to push.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of like you fuck with Jessica, you fuck with me.
Yeah, the daddy bear coming out. Grr.
I love you. Oh, God. Anyway, so, right. And, of course, the scenes with him and Jessica have been fantastic and my favorite part of the show this season, and I loved all that. But, right, like, the Bill having authority is also really good and really fun to watch, because if you guys really think about it, like, Bill does hate authority. Like, and this has been something that has been established even in the first season. Like, the scene with the cop in the car where he glamours him and freaks him the fuck out and takes his gun. Like, Bill hates authority. And that's because, you know, he's had so many authorities in his life that have... and, you know, vampire and human, that have compelled him to do things that he probably never wanted to do or thought he wanted to do and all that. I mean, obviously, when he was a soldier, he had to kill people, and then Lorena, you know, made it, you know, snatched him away from his family when he was like 2 miles away from his house. And then he, you know, she obviously had all kinds of pull over him and, you know, brought out like the savagery within him, something that he, you know, was in him, but wasn't like all of him. So, like, and then, of course, with Eric, like, all the stuff with Eric, how he's, you know, being his sheriff.
Yes.
How...
Which, the Bill-Eric relationship is also really interesting, and I especially liked it when they became more buddy-buddy at the end.
Yes. That was fun.
Yeah, I think that
what a bitch. Yeah. It was, like, Eric's best line of the whole season.
Yes. Yeah, so that was really nice that they did that, and I hope that they continue to have that relationship in this season, especially because Sookie is more or less, you know, not on the table, as one may say. So that's, at this point in time, not a, like, point of contention between the two of them. I also just want to really quickly point out the fact that, you know, how much Bill is like Angel and how much Eric is like Spike. And I actually just thought of this because I was thinking of Angel in the 5th season with Angel and Spike's buddy-buddy relationship.
Yes!
And I feel like that was sort of similar with how the two of them were acting. You know, just being a couple of, like... you know, men who are experiencing this together and who love the same woman and who are like, all right, well, this is it, you know, so let's do this shit together. Like, and I just find that that's really interesting. And there are a ton of parallels between Buffy and True Blood, which is probably one of the reasons I love it so much, because I can't have my new Joss Whedon anymore, so I'll take my Alan Ball as, happily as
of course, like, how, I don't know, when the Avengers comes out, I'm a bad fan.
Yeah, we should look that up.
Whatever. Neither of us are huge comic book people, so.
Yeah.
Okay, well.
But anyway.
We basically just talked about Sookie and Bill and Eric and Alcide. Before we wrap up, which will probably take like another 2 minutes, have anything else to say, Anne?
Well, okay. Well, I just want to say also on that same vein, if we're hoping that Anna Paquin, or I should say Sookie Stackhouse, will, kind of step up to the Buffy the Vampire Slayer plate. I mean, we don't need her patrolling every night with a stake or assembling a Scooby Gang or anything like that. But I mean, that is honestly, personally, what I'm looking for. A little bit more of that fire that's in her. We know it's there. We've seen it. Come on, just accept that you're the chosen one, girlfriend, and start doing your thing. That's all I'm asking for. I don't think it's too much. Does anybody else? I hope not.
Well, no, don't have much to say. I like,
Oh, I love Lafayette. Oh, Lala.
We both love Lala. And something that's interesting is somebody suggested that his and Jesus' relationship was too boring, and that's why they killed off Jesus.
I think that person is probably crazy.
Yeah, I mean, they are a gay interracial couple in the South.
Yeah.
How can you make that boring?
Yeah.
I don't understand, but whatever. That was their choice. I kind of hope that Tara isn't dead, actually.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, I don't really know what direction they're going to take with her character if she is alive. Because, dang, that girl has been through the ringer. I almost feel like at this point, like, death would be a welcomed, release. However, obviously I love the actress. I love the character. If she stays around, I will be more than happy to have her. But, I mean, please, let's not, let's give her maybe an easy season. Maybe she can, work at a nursing home or something. Feed people ice cream.
I'm personally okay with Jason and Jessica's relationship. I mean, it's not something like that I'm really looking forward to or anything, but I think that it's nice that Jessica isn't with Hoyt anymore, and that is the best for her character. I mean, I love Jessica and I love Jason. He is easily my favorite character, but them together, I'm not completely sure about. Although it's nice that Jessica, doesn't feel like she needs to be the best of herself all the time, and she can't relax.
And she sort of is letting herself go a little bit.
Yeah,
more, letting her proverbial hair down.
Yes.
And I also think, just on that vein, that we could talk for an hour just about Jason himself. I mean, his character progression these past 4 seasons. I don't know if you got into that at all. Did you talk about that at all? I don't watch her stuff because I can talk to her in real life. But I think that his character really has just, gone so far.
Yeah.
And he's still, here he is, this sweet, wonderful, amazing, funny, sexy guy, trying to figure it out. He gets knocked down all the time. And he just picks himself back up and keeps going, and I just find that that's such an admirable trait. And I feel like Jason and Jessica probably not in it for the long haul. I could be wrong about that, but I think that right now, where their characters are, they need one another equally, and I feel like they can both get something from one another that they couldn't get from anyone else at this point.
That is true. One last thing I suppose I want to end with is where I'd like to see Jessica be at the end of the show is actually in a relationship with another vampire. Because we've never seen that. We've never seen a vampire-vampire relationship.
Yeah, we should have some healthy, fun vamp-on-vamp action.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's what I'd personally like to see for Jessica eventually. Okay. Sayonara, auf Wiedersehen.
Bye-bye. Thanks for letting me be here and talk to you guys and listening.
Okay.